Life moves in cycles as we look towards the bright points in the distance and try to choose our best path. I've been through some tough cycles in recent years, but finally there is some time to take stock of what has happened and what I've learned. This spot here in Hubbard Park between the group of saplings and the taller trees has been an invaluable temple for the worship of flow, balance, and growth. It would be my honor to take you on a journey through the shadows and silver linings of my struggles. Mistakes will be made. Many mistakes will be made, and words will be spoken which may upset you as I attempt to share some of the truths I've found along the way, but I assure you my intentions to enrich are true and honest. There were not many sources of information or wisdom which I could turn to as my challenges grew more difficult and complex each year. It would have been very helpful to see someone talk about these things in a way I could relate to. So here I am, trying to offer that to others. Most of you don't know me. I'm just a regular Canadian gentleman trying to bring focus to my struggles and do my best to learn with life. My outdoor activities may have caused a few gawkers and glancers to form assumptions. Don't worry, people tend to project their dark silhouettes onto things they don't understand. My activities will make more sense with a bit of context. Around 2013, I realized my mother was struggling to hold her life together in the impressively stable manner she always had. She seemed to be developing memory and focus problems worse than your average woman in their 70s. In October of 2014, my brother, father, and I took her to the doctor to get a diagnosis. He told us it was Alzheimer's. This was after many months of scrambling to figure out how to best support her in the next phase of her life. As I was realizing my mother was in trouble, I started to get migraines periodically in the winters, which developed alongside chronic facial and jaw pain from a wisdom tooth operation I had about 10 years earlier. It did not heal well, leaving me with facial tension and micro twitches, often causing strained expressions due to pain, along with a few other challenging complications. Growing up, I would regularly go to art galleries or performances with anyone who had an appreciation. You see, my mother gifted me with an open-minded, anti-snob attitude towards artistic endeavors, and I wanted to learn more. Toronto has a good art school on a funky campus close to the heart of downtown. My plan was to go get some training and see where that process took me. Then, as they say in the song, life is what happens when you're making other plans. Since childhood, I've contemplated the meaning of love. With a heavy heart and a desire to learn, I embarked on a path with my mum through the painful, messy, slow, frustrating, and occasionally staggeringly beautiful world of Alzheimer's. She had given me so much even though we fought so hard for many years before the illness. We gained a powerful intimacy under the pressure of those disagreements with a fierce determination not to give up on the other. My health was getting worse by the year, but I was single-focused on getting through each day as my mother got more difficult to handle. Many of my relationships suffered, but luckily a few good people were able to show support as I made my way into the underworld to guide my mother safely to the exit on the other side. In order to cope, I developed routines and practices which have seen me through. Around 7 years ago, I started off barely being able to spin this staff smoothly for a few minutes. A friend who also enjoyed martial arts showed me a few basic movements while we hung out and did some training. Eventually, he let me borrow the staff indefinitely, and I made it my own. There's something very special about the way it acts as a cylindrical linear medium for potential and kinetic force. Once in motion, centrifugal pressure and attention allows all sorts of amazing dynamics. It's taught me a lot about the movement of the body and objects forming helical oscillatory systems. Most of all, it traces spirals in the air as it unwinds the mind while the soul is left in nourishing contemplation of something beautiful like a sunset. This staff work and a number of other exercises I've developed have been vital in overcoming what should have broken me. I was horribly unequipped to deal with my family crisis, but determination and gruff resolve gave me away. I'm not very skilled at making videos yet, and most likely this channel will not follow the trends and practices you're accustomed to in the YouTube community. Hopefully, you'll take something away that will be useful when you find yourself descending into a dark challenge. For all those that are struggling, let me remind you there is light waiting just down that pathway. It may take a while, but life moves in cycles and dark gives way to bright as the world turns on. May health, prosperity, and love bolster your day. My name is Rowan, and this is the Drop Staff Brave channel. Peace.